We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
How dare you lie to this child? How dare you exploit this child? How dare you use this child as a pawn in your sick political game? How dare you fill this child's head with nonsense, even as your doomsday predictions never come true? How dare you allow this child to drop out of school to be your puppet because you hope her age protects you from having your political agenda scrutinized and criticized? Greta, sweet child, since the adults in your life have clearly failed in their responsibility to protect you from bad people who will hurt you, let me tell you the truth. Greta, listen very closely. Climate change is not going to kill you. The world is not going to end in 12 years. You can have babies and you will have a future. You will die eventually, just like everybody else, but it's not going to be because of the fluctuating temperatures of the Earth's atmosphere. We are not on the verge of a mass extinction. Here's the truth. Global temperatures have always fluctuated. And we've only been recording global temperatures for 150 years anyway, so any other temperatures that you hear about from our past, that's speculation, it's not science. The melting of ice caps has happened before too, due to these cyclical temperature fluctuations. The people who are telling you the world is going to end in 12 years are wrong. They're really, really wrong. None of the doomsday predictions that they have made in the past have ever come true, so don't believe them now. The polar ice caps are still floating, despite predictions that they would be melted by now. The 50 million climate refugees that the left expected to be fleeing the Pacific Islands and flooding the West are nowhere to be seen. Entire nations that were supposed to be wiped off the map are still here. The Himalayan glaciers are not on their way to being melted by the year 2035, as the left has prophesied. California shows no signs of being flooded with inland seas. The Netherlands are still habitable. Children still know what snow is. The Arctic still enjoys ice in the summer. All things the Democrats predicted that did not come true. What the climate change criers are telling you is not science. So-called climate scientists can't even tell us to what extent our carbon emissions impact the environment. So how could that be science? These are the same people who couldn't even predict when Hurricane Dorian would land in Florida, just 2 days before its landing. So why should we trust them to predict years, even decades in advance? Their prediction models are wildly inaccurate at best and mostly unscientific at worst. Greta, sweet child, you are being lied to. The United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change admits themselves that there is no evidence of any correlation between severe weather and climate change. Anybody who claims otherwise is lying. Even National Geographic admitted that they lied about this. They knew that the polar bear in their famous "This is Climate Change" video was not dying from climate change. The bear was just dying a natural death, but they purposely hid that fact from you, so you'd believe that climate change is real, so that you would buy into their solution so that they could trick you into supporting socialism.